Oh, hey there, people, and how are you now? It's Sunday here on Vlogging Life. I just got over my first 12-hour shift. Actually, I only have the one. I worked last night from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Came home, went to bed, and now I'm awake. And I want to talk about the diet again, because you know what? There's one thing that I gotta say that I freaking miss since I started this diet. There's one food item I haven't been able to enjoy since I started this diet. I used to love getting this food item. Hell, my niece is addicted to this food item. You're probably wondering what the heck this food item is. This food item is pizza. Damn, I miss pizza. Like, it was so awesome to be like, well, frig, I don't feel like cooking tonight. Let's drive over to Caesars and pick up a pie. Come home, we'll eat it, and play some video games with the boys and go to bed at a decent hour, you know? One of those. Well, the problem is you can't have pizza on this diet, right? Because the crust itself is just brutal for you. Like right here, I got the nutrition facts for a hot and ready pepperoni pizza straight off a Little Caesars menu. These are what I used to buy. So one slice is 99 grams, 288 calories. Calories from fat is 100. So you got 11 grams of fat, which looks pretty damn good, right? But then look at the carbohydrates, 32 grams right there and 14 grams of protein. Son of a cigarette, that's a lot of shit. So we can't do that. We can't use that kind. Can't do that anymore. Not on this diet. It'll be very, 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 very freaking bad, right? So when you're craving pizza, and you can't just roll off to Little Caesars and buy yourself a friggin' pie, or go to Toppers and buy yourself a pie, or go to freaking Domino's and buy yourself a pie, because the pies don't agree with your diet, what in the crap is one to do? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You bust out your culinary powers, and you make some fathead pizza dough. Here's your nutrition, it's just in the crust alone. So, you got 200, this is per slice. So you get 203 calories, 16.8 grams of fat, 104, you get 4 grams of carbs, however 1.6 of that is fiber, so it's actually like 2.4 grams of carbs per slice, and 11 grams of protein. You're probably wondering to yourself, Adam, what the heck's in a fathead crust? Don't worry guys, guess what today's episode's about. We're gonna make a pizza! Well, fuck a duck, in order to make pizza we need toppings, and I need one special ingredient for the dough that I've been having a hour and a half tracking down. Oh, until now. Yes, people, until now. That topping, or that ingredient that I'm looking for is something called almond flour, which from what I gather is literally almonds. Oh shit, I need a wallet in order to buy stuff, don't I? In order to make almond flour, apparently they just run almonds through a flour mill and beat the ever-loving piss out of them till they're powder. And I guess it's not a commonly used item to cook with, at least here in North Bay, because there's only 2 places I found that carry it. One is Popeye's Nutrition and Supplement Store over by Fanny's, and the other is Bins and Bins. Well, I'm going to go to Bins and Bins, because if I go near Fanny's, I'm probably going to want to stop in and have a beer and look at boobs. And then I got to hit up the grocery store, because we need some mozzarella cheese. I also need, like, unsweetened tomato paste to lay down on said crust, as well as pepperonis. I'm gonna put bacon on the pizza, but I got plenty of that shit, so let's pitter patter. Make sure the radio's turned off, because, well, we all know how much the Google engine loves it when you pin copyright music, right? Just gets them right roared. This place closes at 5, it's currently 4, so not so big deal. I mentioned that I was using that MyFitnessPal app. Well, that didn't last too long, because recently Staples had a deal on Fitbits. And my colleague at work picked one up, and I always thought, you know, like Fitbits were more for people who jump into, like, you know, their jogging pants and do laps around my neighborhood. I never thought of them as a way to calculate your macronutrients and all that shit, but let me tell you guys, Fitbit game has changed. So I went and got one too. They're on sale. This is the Versa. It's a good little watch. It does everything a smartwatch can do, like tell you who's texting you and give you all your notifiers and all that shit. But it can also read your heartbeat, and apparently it's got a built-in blood oxygen sensor, but for some reason Fitbit has that turned off, so I heard. I guess they'll be adding that in the future update, whatever. But yeah, like it tells you your heart rate. It knows if you're working out. It counts your steps. If you're a jogger and you carry your phone with you, this one here will use your GPS on your phone to map where you run. Also for cycling, like if you're on a bike, it'll map your bike route, tell you how many calories you burnt, how fast you're going, your average speed, all that jazz. So that's kind of cool. But the thing I like about it the most is the calorie counting versus intake versus exhaust for calories. So like it knows this shit, which is pretty cool. Now I know, guys, MyFitnessPal can calorie count. It can do it really well. And if you have like a different, like a Google, oh, what's going on up here? Oh, it's just, okay, it's not. Like if you have like for instance, my Motorola 360, but it never counted steps right. It never counted anything right. I'd be sitting there and it'd be counting steps and it didn't make sense. But like, let's say you have like an Android Wear, you could use the MyFitnessPal app, pay the subscription, and like that's what I didn't like about it as well, is you had to pay for a subscription to get access to the macronutrients. And that bothered me. I almost did it, but then I got the Fitbit, and the Fitbit app has all that built in, so. But you can do it if you have like a Moto 360 or any other Android Wear watch, and Samsung probably has their own software for their Fitbit-like clone. But personally, like when my buddy was showing me this here on Friday night, I went and picked it up yesterday, guys, by the way. Saturday at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I used it last night for a bit there, and well, I've been wearing it all night. It tracks your sleep too. It'll tell you like your different sleep patterns. Like today I went to bed at 7:30. It says I fell asleep at 8:02 a.m. and I was up at 2:34 p.m. It says that I woke up 4 times in my sleep for about a minute at a time. I don't remember that, so whatever. I guess it just goes by your heartbeat, depending on how your heart is going as to what you're sleeping. But I spent like 2 hours in REM and then like a lot of time in light and a little bit in deep sleep. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't understand sleeping. I just lay down and then wake up. Okay, well, somebody fucking take her. Holy shit, you come to a 4-way stop and everybody's like deer in the frickin' headlights, I tell you. But yeah, so I'm a real big fan of this watch. Really enjoying it. Battery life on it's stupid. Like you can get 4 days out of it without having to charge it. I've been using it, like I said, I got home yesterday. I charged it up while I set it up because the instructions told you to do that. Got her to a Hyundai and then been wearing it, and all night I checked it today and I'm only at like friggin' 86%. So I spent 14% in 24 hours of owning the watch. Like, it's pretty sweet. Where my Moto, man, I had to charge that Moto every night. Get home, about to go to bed, take off the watch, sit it on its cradle. That sometimes charged it because it's one of those induction chargers. That sometimes works. I just didn't like it. And I like this one here because it's really small. It just sits on your wrist. It's not like my old Gear 2 that was just like out there. You know, this one here. And it always, like the different watch faces, you can have them tell you different things, different metrics. And mine just, the one I'm using right now, it tells me how many steps I've taken, how many calories I burnt, and my heart rate, as well as the time and the date, which is basically all I need from here. The kicker isn't even that, it's the app that I love. The app is the creme de menthe. It's where it's at. Like, fuck, I hope this place is open still. Well, I guess we'll find out. Where is Bins and Bins? Right here, eh? Oh yeah, she's open. Alright, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna go get this almond flour and we'll talk more. I gotta go to the grocery store after this because I need some cheese and some toppings. So let's pitter patter. Okay. That store is pretty freaking cool, guys. They got a lot of shit in there. I know. Adam, why didn't you bring us in? Come on. Pull your dick out of your ass. Figure it out. Let's get the cock out of here. Figure we'll go to basics. Get the pepperoni and the mozza there. That seems like the better idea. And then that's all we need. Like, oh shit. Brakes. Because that's all we really need, and then we're fucking golden. Oh yeah, the Fitbit app, and the reason why I like it My colleague who bought the watch before me, he bought the watch on Friday and was like dicking around with it that night, showing me all what it can do, learning stuff that it can do and all that. Then it's not really the watch that's amazing, it's the app. Like my mom, she has the Fitbit, I don't know, the clip, whatever, I think it's called the Zip, Fitbit Zip. And it's just like a little guy that counts your steps, but it Bluetooth links to the app on your phone. So theoretically, with her little Bluetooth or her little Zip, she can use this app too. And what's nice is, let's say you go to the store and you buy like a bag of chips, or you buy my case, a bag of pork rinds. You don't feel like typing in all the macronutrients. And the problem is so many companies make pork rinds. You can actually scan the barcode on the bag and it'll pull it up with everything, the proper serving amount and everything. Now, I'm sure my MyFitnessPal probably does this. I know MyFitnessPal, if I type something in like if I was looking for MCT oil, for instance, I could type in MCT oil, and then it would basically just give me a basic generic MCT oil, and I would have to go through all the different ones to find the ones that have my nutrients. However, if I scan the barcode on my current MCT oil, it brings up the brand name with all the macronutrients installed in it. It's just a quality of life thing, I find. And the other thing I like about it is because I'm calorie counting with it and it's recording my burnt calories, which for some reason my Motorola wouldn't do with FitnessPal. I don't know if I didn't have it set up right. Like, these Fitbits are pissed to set up. You plug them in, go through a quick setup, and you're good to go. And like, it doesn't look like a tracker. If anything, somebody asked me if it was an Apple Watch. Like, it looks like an Apple Watch. Not to say I'm, you know, all happy about wearing something that looks like an Apple product. All I'm saying is, it doesn't look like a Fitbit tracker like the one Dad has, where it's like a rubber band with a screen onto it. So people don't second guess it. They just think you have like a smartwatch on and then go about their business. What I'm getting at is the app just makes life so much easier. And when I was setting up the app, I saw Mom's little Zip on there, and I know those aren't that spendy. Like, they're probably about a good 30 to 50 bucks, I would assume. But she can use this app if she wanted to monitor her calorie intake versus her calories burnt. It would keep an eye on that. Now, obviously, she doesn't have the heart rate monitor, so it would have to guess her resting calories burnt based off of her age, her heart rate, which I don't know how it would get, because I don't know of a phone with a heart rate monitor that's actually working. Actually, no, I take it back. The Samsung S9 that my buddy has the heart rate monitor on the back that actually works. So that's the thing. There's probably other phones with that feature too that actually have it working. So I do apologize. But all in all, but she has an iPhone 5C, so she would be able to do that. But anyway, like, she'd be able to at least keep an eye on her calories intake and stuff like that. Like, Dad, he has the Fitbit Charge. He'd be able to do the same thing. He could keep an eye on the calories he's taking in, and I'm pretty sure that one there monitors heart rate, so it should be able to do resting calorie burns based on heart rate, age, and weight to find out what his BMI is, rough guesstimation, and do a calories burnt while resting. But it's just like, it's such a, like, I always thought Fitbit, oh, that's the thing that stupid joggers wear when they're running up and down the street. I never considered it to be an actual good tool for somebody dieting. Now, it'd be nice if the macronutrient thingamajigger, the counter in Fitbit, didn't consider fat, like, you know, dangerous, because on keto, it's like, that's, you know, 70% of your calories, 65% of your calories are supposed to come from fat, where like 20% is supposed to come from carbs, and 30% from, or something like that, from proteins. And that's what that's one of the main problems with this the app, is it's like, oh, your fat intake's way too high, you should consider some carbohydrates. And it's like, well, no, not if I want to obtain ketosis. Like, they got to update the app, because keto is becoming a major thing. Like, there's, even when I was in the store, the lady that served me, she was like, I bought almond flour there. This is what almond flour looks like, guys, in case you're wondering. Smashed up almonds. But she knew right away. She goes, oh, you're doing keto? And I said, yeah, I'm giving her a rip, and so far I like it. She's like, yeah, a lot of people do it. She goes, I'm even doing it. And like, she looked fit as a fiddle. So, well, okay, right on. Like, wouldn't even say anything about it. But, you know, a lot of people are doing the diet. So Fitbit needs to, like, you know, pull their finger out of their ass and probably add keto as a dietary option in there so that it can actually track the macros properly and let you know if you're in line or if you're slipping and you need to do something. But anyway, not a big deal. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside and get some pizza toppings, and I'll chime back in a bit. Peace. Okay, I'm home. I didn't bother filming after I left the grocery store because I had nothing to talk about. So let's pitter patter and get cracking on this pizza. So we have everything here we're gonna need to make this pizza. So we got some mozza pizza cheese, some mushrooms, some pepperonis, some Philadelphia cream cheese, 1 egg, and the almond flour. Now basically to make the almond, or to make the actual dough, I gotta look up the ratios again because I already forgot because I'm stupid. So let me get that done. Okay, step 1, we need about 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. I'm just gonna move the bowl out of the way. A little bit more. Alright, so 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. Beauty plan. Wrap this up and put it back in the fridge before she gets a little bit sloppy. And we need some mozzarella. 1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella. So I got a 1 cup measurement thingy here. So let's go ahead. In case you guys are wondering, I got the recipe on my phone. And if you hear a bunch of ticking going on behind me, that's my oven preheating. Okay, what's going on with this cheese? Why won't it open? You're not gonna fight with it? Son of a biscuit. You know how these cheeses have like this like rigid area that you just, you know, you pull the tab off and then it should open easily? Well, the friggin' tab ripped before the pull away part. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna keep trimming the cheese lid until I find something I can cling on. There we go. Jesus Murphy. Okay, I don't know exactly how the hell I'm gonna measure a cup out of this, but it doesn't really pour that well. There's a cup, there's a 1/2 cup, there we go, so that's there. Next what we do is we gotta nuke it for about 30-40 seconds, then we gotta mix it up, then we gotta nuke it again. We gotta basically make this here into almost like a goo, so burp. Okay, so now our cheese is a gelatinous blob. Let me just grab my NSTRUCTIONS here. Okay, so next we need to stir in the egg and the almond flour. So let me just grab my old egg here, give her a quick snap, crackle, plop, and almond flour. I'm just gonna do it gradually with the almond flour because I don't want it to clump. And I'm gonna use this whisk thing to stir it all in. So as you can see there, it's starting to solidify into a dough. Oh, this is a 3/4 cup. I don't have a 3/4 cup measuring cup. I got a 1/2, I got a 1/4, no 3/4. And there you go. That's, like, if you look at it, all mixed together, it looks like pizza dough. Like, that's almond flour, guys. I had to go to a specialty store, which I'm glad I went to, because oh my god, did they ever have good shit in there. And the girl that served me, she also does keto. So she told me, she's like, have you ever had this before? And I'm like, no. She's like, oh man, you're in for a treat. So that excites me. Okay, this was not the best idea. I probably should have just used my hands. Okay, let me get this here going, and I'll be back. Okay, so I laid out some parchment paper. Alright guys, there is the dough. I got it on a pizza tray here, you can see underneath. But I was advised to use parchment paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the top with parchment. Quit folding it on yourself. Cover the top with parchment paper and then flatten it out. Now, I really wish I had a rolling pin, but I don't. Or do I? No, I don't. Because then I could actually make it proper. However, the parchment paper is working pretty good. I do say so myself. Now, I've already told you the macros for the crust. I don't know, like it depends on what toppings you put on the pizza as to what your final macro is going to be. But, okay, that's not really round. That's pretty good. Okay, so the next step is we drill it in the oven. I just heard my oven go off, so that's good. Oh no, the next step is we gotta jam some holes in it with a fork, or otherwise it's gonna bubble up like my eggs do when I cook them. So let's go ahead and just stab her a little bit here and there. We got some thin spots. Maybe I made it a little bit too wide, I don't know, but whatever. Anyway, so there we go. Poke some holes in it, and then we put it in for about 8 minutes. So Hey Google, set timer for 8 minutes. Okay, we'll let that go for 8 minutes and we'll come back and check on it. Alrighty boys, I wish I can get a better, oh maybe I can. Okay, there we go. There's a pizza crust. She's pretty crispy actually. So now we gotta basically put our toppings on her. So I got this, start off with some good pizza sauce here. So good that it's got no sugars into it. Grab ourselves a dollop, flop her down, and using the bottom of a spoon, we'll spread it about. Okay, we're gonna use a little bit more. There we go. You want to spread it evenly, I guess. I don't know. I never made a pizza from scratch before. I usually just buy the frozen kind. But I'm not allowed to do that anymore because that's bad for you, Adam. Okay, so we got that all in there. You need to keep this shit refrigerated? It doesn't say. I'm just gonna refrigerate it anyway because it is tomato sauce. Okay, next thing that I see people do is add their shredded cheese to the za. So let's go ahead and sprinkle a liberal amount of this onto it. Now it's your pizza, so you can basically top it with whatever. Some people put onions. I'm not a fan of onions. I like meat, and I like a lot of cheese. So that should be pretty good. That should be pretty good. Toss that in the refrigerator. Okay, so got some bacon here. I'm gonna go ahead and put some bacon onto it. Can't believe I'm saying that in front of the dog and not getting barked at. I didn't cook it because it should cook in the oven, right? At least I would hope. I wonder if I should have cooked it. Well, we're going to find out if the bacon's raw when I go to eat my pizza. I only did 2 slices. Probably only need 1. Normally I like pineapple on my pizza, but that's not an option on keto because pineapple's high in sugar. And we say no to that kind, which sucks. So I'm thinking if this works out for Christmas, normally we go to the parents' house and have pizza. What I might do is just make my own and then bring it. Okay, no pizza's pizza without pepperonis, so let's get a handful of these out of the bag here. Slap these on here. So put pepperonis. Oh shit, am I putting 2 down? Oh yeah. Okay, I gotta check these because I don't want to put down 2. Even though who cares. Okay. It's not exactly the best shaped pizza, I will admit. Maybe if I had like a rolling pin or something, I probably could have done potentially better job. Once again, first pizza ever made. My last piece ended up in my mouth. Now I'm gonna add some mushrooms to it, because I freaking love mushrooms on pizza. I'm just gonna break them up and put them in areas. Once again, people, this is your pizza. If you decide to make it differently, that's cool. Everybody likes different toppings on their pizza. Okay, that should be good enough. Alright, so now, mushrooms away there. Now we need to recook it for, I think it goes in for 15 minutes, but I can't be 100% sure. Come on, you fucking thing. Okay, so let's put it in for 14 minutes, and then we'll check on it. Oh my god, look at it! Look at it! That is perfect! That is beautiful, that's a work of art. That was a Mona Lisa that you could eat. It'd be a Mona Lisa you could eat. Holy shit! Oh, I can't wait. After sweating and slaving in this kitchen, the fruits of my labor. Let's see how she tastes. Oh god. You know that pizza craving I had? It's gone. Holy shit, boys. Just as good as the real thing. I love thin crust too. And unlike a real pizza, I can never eat the crust without dipping it. But you know what? That's good. So that's going to be my video for the day. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. Don't worry, guys. I'll put the recipe in the description. If you want to give it a try. It's not my recipe. It's one I Googled. And it's actually not that bad to do. It's pretty easy. You just got to have at her. Now, there is another crust out there. I'm sure the comments will talk about it. It's the cauliflower crust. I will try that one at a later date. The only reason why I didn't do the cauliflower crust, and it's a stupid reason, is because I don't have a food processor. And then I forgot, I totally do have a food processor in the form of the Magic Bullet. I just have to take my time and do it, because you got to mince up cauliflower to a powder. So that'll be for another day. We'll make the cauliflower crust and then we'll see how that is. But fathead crust is freaking delicious. So try it for yourself if you're looking to make a pizza that's going to be I guess a little bit more guilt-free than an actual pizza. Like I say, you can top it with whatever. You don't have to do the toppings I did. You can put whatever you want on it. If you're not on keto, well, then the sky's the limit. If you're on keto, just, you know, watch your macros. Other than that, no, people, I'm shutting her down. So I'm going to go eat and probably PUBG or something if I can get the boys motivated. So I definitely need a shower because, holy, this shirt's sweat stained. It's been brutal cooking in this temperature. It's like 30 degrees out, guys. What the hell am I doing running an oven, right? I'm an idiot. But thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace the frig out.